Hello and welcome to Yoga by the Bay with Erin. Today's practice we are going to focus on letting it go. I'd like for you to try and use your imagination. Think of your mind as a person. My person, when I do that, never, ever stops talking. And I find that the majority of the talk is not serving me in any way. It is fear-based, it's anxiety-ridden, and more importantly, most of the things it talks about never come true. So, yoga teaches us to come from a point of witness consciousness, where we are the witness, we notice our mind, and when those thoughts come in, we relax, we release, and we breathe through them. So grab your mat and let's give this a try. We're going to start in a child's pose. Taking a cue. Children are able to let go. They are able to 1 minute be crying and upset and the next minute laughing and having fun. Let's learn from them. So bring your knees mat distance apart, your big toes are together, bow down. Come into your child's pose and really just focus on your breath. Focusing on your inhales and your exhales. The breath is going to guide you to draw your awareness inward. You can make the breath audible. Let's take a nice deep inhale. Seal your lips and exhale through those sealed lips. That sound, follow that sound inward. Allow it to draw you present to this moment where you're not worried about what that mind is saying. Make your breaths count. Nice, long inhales and exhales. Notice your body respond to the breath. Notice your body start to relax and to soften into this pose. Maybe your hips are coming, or your heels are coming towards your hips a little bit more. You're reaching your hands out in front of you. You're bowing forward a little deeper towards the earth. On your next breath, let's lift the chest up. Create space between your chest and the mat. Take your right hand and thread it. And under that space, come onto your right shoulder, right ear. Bow down again on the mat. Take your left hand out in front of you. Imagine your breath going through this twisted spine, relaxing and releasing, sending the breath. Let's give this a really nice deep inhale and a cleansing exhale. Let go. And then gently lift that chest up again. Replace your right hand to the top of the mat and thread your left hand. So you come onto your left shoulder, left ear. Relax here. Feel your spine with a gentle twist. Feel your breath. Envision your breath going into your body, going through your spine, just winding around that spine, and coming out of your body. One more breath here. And then gently lift up. We're going to come into a tabletop. So make sure that your palms are directly under your shoulders, your knees and your hips are lined up. Tuck the belly button in. And again, tune back into that breath. So on the inhale, we're going to drop the belly, bring the gaze forward. On the exhale, curl your spine, gaze goes between your knees, press the mat away from you. Continue this motion. Really feel the breath enter and exit. The goal of this practice is to notice the breath. Focus on the breath. Allow the breath to calm. One more breath, full round. And then we're going to come into your neutral tabletop. Cross your ankles and come back. Bring your hips towards those ankles. Come into a seated posture and lengthen your legs out in front of you. So we're going to come into a forward fold. But I'd like for you to bend your knees. So we don't want to have the knees completely lengthened out. Give them a little bend. Because we're going to first come into an easy forward fold. So let's inhale those arms up. And as you exhale, your forward fold. So fold over those legs. Find a place of comfort to place your hands in any amount, breathing here. And this is an easy fold, so this should be comfortable. You notice your breath easily going in and out. You notice that your legs are not feeling a lot of tension. Nice and gentle, not too difficult. And then I'd like for you to start to straighten those knees in any amount that you can that shows up for you. So as you inhale, bring the breath in, and as you exhale, start to straighten those knees out and start to fold. And you notice, this is getting a little bit more difficult. You really have to draw your awareness into your breath more than you did earlier. Your body is responding though. It is relaxing and releasing very slowly. And then keep in mind when your emotions are coming up. And it's not an easy one, it's a more difficult one. And you seem to have a difficult time letting go. Just take those deeper breaths. Allow your mind to relax and release just like your body is responding. Be patient, be kind, be gentle with yourself. Let's give this one more breath, and then very slowly come up. Okay, take your left knee, bend the knee, and then tuck your left foot under your right thigh. Bend your right knee. So keep yourself centered on your mat. Take your hands to the bottom of your right foot. So we're going to flex the toes up to the sky. Hands go to the bottom. See if you can keep that left knee pressed to the earth and keep your spine long. So let's give this a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, just lift the foot up. So holding here, coming into a little modified heron pose. And again, not so bad. This is ease, breathing into it. Just noticing how calm your breath is, noticing how your body is not straining too much as you breathe into it. And then, can you start to straighten that knee? And again, with every breath, allow the knee to come a little bit more into a straightened leg, keeping the spine long, maybe deepening the breath. Noticing you need to send a little bit more breath to that muscle to help it relax and release here. Again, a lesson on letting go. Sometimes when the bigger stuff comes up, the easy stuff, it's not so bad. The bigger stuff, you're going to have to relax and release and breathe even more. Just take the time to connect the mind with the body. Let's give this one more breath and then very slowly release. So we're going to extend your left leg out. Take your right foot, put it under your left thigh. Bend your left knee. So get yourself centered, find a place of comfort. Take your hands under that left foot, tuck your belly button in. Nice long spine, and then gently start to lift up at that knee. So your knee is bent. This is an easy pose here, or maybe not. Might be difficult for you. If this is difficult, you start right there or start down here. Use the modification that you need for your body. Yoga is for everybody. So I'm breathing easy. Not too much stress, not too much strain. Life is good, life is pleasant. And then that mind starts to kick in with all those things that you're worried about. It gets a little bit more difficult. So straighten that knee as much as you can. Breathe into the difficulty and can you let it go? So we're taking those nice deep inhales and exhales here. If you have to open mouth sigh to let the heat go, to release the tension, do that as well. Or keep the breath captured so you can hear it and follow it in. One more breath. And then very slowly release. Extend both legs out. And then place your hands behind your hips. So your hands are solid. They are holding you here. Use the strength of your core to lift your heels up. Keep your knees bent. Hands are here. If this is a little difficult, we're not starting easy for you, you keep those heels down. Whatever is your modification to breathe easy. It's breathe easy time right now. Easy breezy. Breathing here. And then it's going to get a little bit more difficult, so we're going to have to focus on our breath. We're going to will our body to relax and release. Can you bring your hands forward? Breathing here. As you hold your boat pose, notice your body responding. It's getting a little bit harder. My legs are starting to shake a little, so I'm breathing deeper. I'm noticing my body respond, and I'm relaxing into it, making it easier for my body to handle it. And when those thoughts come in that you can't handle, breathe, you can handle it. Just breathe. One more breath. And then gently release. Release. Beautiful. We're going to swing your legs around. We're going to make our way into a downward facing dog. So again, your palms, you always want to have a solid foundation. And you know what? Don't forget about that. You come from a solid foundation. So use your solid foundation to help you let go. Solid foundation. Make your way into a downward facing dog. Opening those palms wide. Bend the knees here. Let's bend those knees. This is an easy pose. Bow the head down. Let the neck relax. Shake your head yes and no. Be nice and comfortable. Spine is long. Downward dog. Imagine the breath. It is currently going up the front of your spine and then down the back. So visualize the breath. Allow the breath to not only where you hear it and it guides you in there, also visualize it. As you inhale, it goes up the spine in the front. As you exhale, it goes down the spine in the back. Use these tricks to help calm your body, your mind, and relax. And then very slowly, see if you can start to straighten those knees out a little bit more, but make sure that your spine stays long. Push the mat away. Keep that head relaxed. Even when you're starting to lengthen the legs out, but you're breathing a little bit deeper because this is a little bit more difficult. Let's give this one more breath. And then extend your right leg out. Give me a nice deep inhale here. And as you exhale, bring your right foot to the top of the mat between your hands. Keep your back heel lifted and then slowly come up to a crescent pose. So in crescent pose, your knee is stacked over the ankle and your back heel is lifted. Have your torso straight up and down. We don't want to be leaning forward or back. We want to be nice straight up and down. Keep the hands up to the sky. You've got an open heart here and your gaze is forward. Talking about that open heart, let's release what we hold on to that closes our heart down. We want to go through life with an open heart. Release what is getting in your way for peace. Beautiful. Let's give this one more breath. And then extend your arms out in front of you. Make a fist with your right hand. We're going to do imagine that you've got a bow, so you're pulling back from a bow and arrow. So as you inhale, let's bring that right fist through. Turn your chest towards the right side. Lift that right elbow up. Give this a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, release the bow. Release on the exhale. We'll let the breath guide us. So inhale, pull back on that bow. Keep that elbow up. Chest goes to the side. Exhale, release. One more time. Give this a nice deep inhale. Pull it back. It's a hard one. Pull it back nice and tight. And as you exhale, release, release, release. Feel the space you created in your body. Reach those hands to the sky. Visualize these poses when you are having a difficult time letting go of something that you feel you can't handle. Imagine yourself releasing. Nice deep inhale here. And then very gently bring your hands back to the mat. Bring your right foot back to meet your left. You're coming into downward dog. Take a nice deep inhale in downward dog. And as you exhale, we're releasing, we're letting go. Release what no longer serves you. And then inhale your left foot up. On the exhale, the left foot goes between your hands, back heel remains lifted, and you rise up to crescent pose. Again, keep the back heel lifted, knee stacked over ankle, hips are forward, heart and hands reaching. Your heart is open. Your heart is open, and when you recognize that there are things that you are holding on to that closes your heart down, breathe. Just breathe. When you feel them come up, breathe and relax. Nice deep inhale. And extend those arms out. Now we're going to make a fist with our left hand. Doing the bow and arrow, using the breath to guide you. Inhale, reach that fist all the way towards the back of the mat. Turn the chest towards the left side. Keep the elbow up. Exhale, release. Fist, inhale, pull on that bow. Exhale, release. One more time. Pull, pull, pull. This is a hard one. This is a heavy one. This one is tough. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Reach those arms up to the sky. Pause. Feel what you feel. Notice what you notice. Hopefully you've created some space. Hopefully you've been able to release and let go. Give this a nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, bring those hands back down. Left foot back to meet the right. Come into downward dog. Give this a nice deep inhale. And remember, we are releasing what is getting in our way for peace. Release it. Release those things that no longer serve you. And then inhale your right foot up. On the exhale, we're coming into warrior two. So put the right foot between your hands. Drop your back heel. Reach yourself to warrior two. Looking over that right hand in warrior two. Hold here. You are a warrior. You are a strong foundation. So pull on that inner warrior when you're having trouble releasing and letting go. Use the breath to guide you. we're going to do a little dance with our warrior. So as you inhale, straighten your front leg and bring your palms together, face your chest to the left. As you exhale, back to warrior two. Use your breath. So let's do this. Inhale. Exhale. This is a big one. Let's give it a nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Hold and pause. Notice your body respond. Notice your mind respond. And then inhale. Reach your hand to the sky. Take a moment in a peaceful warrior, reminding yourself to release what is getting in your way for peace. And then bring both hands to the mat. Your right foot back to meet your left. Come into downward facing dog. How about you notice your body is responding? Does the downward dog feel different than it did when you first started? Let's inhale your left foot up. Exhale your left foot to the top of the mat between your hands. Drop that back heel down and come into warrior two. Coming into that warrior two pose. Take your gaze to your front hand. So specifically that middle finger. And notice you've told your brain what to do. That mind, you've told the mind what to do. So listen. And when your mind takes over, that crazy mind that comes up with all of the negative and the scary things that are happening, tell it the good things. Tell it to shut up. Let's dance this warrior. So use your breath. As you inhale, hands go up to the sky, heart goes towards this side. As you exhale, release into warrior two. Inhale, dance your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. One more. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, warrior two. Pause. Pause and notice. Stand tall. Be firm in your warrior. And then inhale, reach the hand up to the sky. Come into a peaceful warrior. We are energetic beings, so feel the peace, send the peace. The energy is swirling around you. And then bring both hands to the mat. Your left foot back to meet your right. Come into downward dog. Did you notice your body is softened and relaxed and released a little bit more than when you started? Do you see how quickly your body responds to the breath? Your mind does too. So let's inhale your right foot up. Exhale your right foot. Bring it to the outside of your right hand and drop that left knee down. And then you can be on your hands. Actually, we'll start on the hands. Let's start on the hands in a lizard lunge. This should be somewhat easy. Again. So we're breathing easy. We're sending the breath. Your hips are lowering down. Your hips are relaxing. Your body is responding. You can stay here. This might be enough for you. Know your boundaries. If you want to go a little bit more deep, a little deeper into your pose, can you go onto your forearms? Okay, now it's getting a little bit harder. Maybe come to the outside edge of that right foot. Draw the right knee out. Take the time to send the breath. This is a little deeper of a pose. My body needs a little more breath brought in to create that space so I can release and relax. Just like when those more difficult mental tricks come in that'll make us pause and make us think we can't handle things. We can. You just gotta make a conscious effort, a witness conscious. Realize that you can breathe into the issue. Realize that it is temporary. Realize that eventually it will release. And then very gently come back to your hands. We're gonna heel toe our way into a pigeon pose. So heel toe your right foot towards your left wrist and drop your right knee towards your right wrist. Use the left leg to help you center over that leg that's laying on the mat. Breathing into this. This is such a yummy pose, this pigeon pose. Flex your toes to protect your knees. So as you inhale, lengthen through your spine, open your heart. Let's not close it off. And as you exhale, come forward, bow forward, any amount. Maybe on your hands, maybe on your forearms, maybe you can take your entire chest to the mat. Wherever you are, let your hips relax and release. Wherever you are, let those emotions that tend to bubble up relax and release. Are you holding on to something? Are you not forgiving yourself for something that you now know a better way to do? Are you not forgiving someone that hurt you? Because holding on to that anger, that resentment, that hurt, that doesn't serve you. So when you notice that, that's a deeper breath. That's a deeper inhale and an exhale. Let's give this one more breath. And then very slowly come up. So we're going to tuck your left toe under, lift your left knee off the mat, bring your right foot back to meet your left, you're in downward dog. How about we take your dog for a little walk? Bring some blood flow into that right hip. Easy here, relaxing. And then inhale your left foot up. As you exhale, bring your left foot to the outside of your left hand, drop your right knee down. Coming onto your hands, holding here. This is potentially an easier pose for you, so you're not having to breathe as hard. Remembering, you're sending the breath into the hip. You're sending the breath to relax that hip. And then if you want to go a little bit deeper, just come onto your forearms. Okay, it's a little bit more difficult now. Maybe come onto the outside of that left foot, draw the left knee out. So we got to breathe a little deeper. Send more breath to that hip to relax it. Send more breath to our mind to release it. One more breath. And then gently press yourself back up to your hands, and we're coming into pigeon. So heel toe. That left foot's going towards your right wrist. Left knee goes to your left wrist. Flex the toes of your left foot. As you inhale, open your heart. Don't close it off. As you exhale, come into your pigeon. Come onto your arms, your forearms. Bend down fully, whatever shows up for you. We hold a lot of emotions in our hips. So as your hips are releasing, can you release those emotions too? I love this saying, Michael Singer. If it is not happening in front of you, don't let it happen inside of you. It is time to let it go. I know it's hard. I'm not trying to make light of it, but I so want you to be in a space where it's easier and your mind and your spirit is lighter. Let's give this one more breath. And then very slowly rise up. Press back up to your hands and then shift onto your left side. We're going to just gently swing that right leg so you're facing the top of your mat. Bend your knees. Draw your knees in. Give yourself a little hug. A well-deserved hug. Take a nice deep breath here. And as you release, come onto your back. So come onto your back. And we're gonna come into a happy baby pose. So bend your knees, bring your feet towards the sky. Either take your hands on the outer edge of your feet or take your peace fingers around your big toes. Draw those knees in and start to sway side to side. And this is getting back to that learning from a child moment. Again, children are able to let go. We can learn from them. Try the best you can to let go. More importantly, try the best you can to not take life so seriously. Every day, allow that inner child to come out and play. One more sway. And then gently come into a stationary happy baby. So extend your left leg out. Keep that right leg engaged. Keep the knee bent. And this time take your hands to your calf or the back of your leg. Avoid the knee. So wherever that comfort level is for you, keep your knee bent and breathe here. Again, this might be a little bit easier. We're coming into that easy breezy pose. We're feeling the hamstring release gently. Not too much pressure. Very gentle release. And then it gets a little bit more difficult. Start to straighten that leg. Start to draw your nose, draw your feet towards your head. And now, do you start to feel a little bit of a strain on that hamstring muscle? So send your breath to relax and release it. Visualize the breath going right into that hamstring. Breathe here. When the tougher stuff come up, just give it more breath. Give it more time. Don't rush through it. Sit with it, knowing you're going to come out on the other side. One more breath here. And then gently, very slowly, bring that right leg down. Very slowly. And then bend your left knee. And then hold the left leg either behind your hamstring, behind your calf, but keep the knee bent. Easier pose to breathe into. Great opportunity. If you've lost the focus of your breath, bring it back. Visualize it going to the hamstring muscle. And then can you go a little bit deeper? So little by little, you're straightening that front knee. Little by little. Maybe not completely at all, but just little by little. And you're breathing a little deeper because it's getting harder. You're sending more breath, sending more awareness. These lessons that we learn on our yoga mat take into our everyday lives. Relax and release the muscles. Relax and release the mind. One more breath. And then very slowly, let that leg come down very slowly. Take your arms and allow them to just lay alongside of you. Bring your feet mat distance apart. Be very gentle. Feel the foundation. Feel the earth holding and supporting you. And it's time for Shavasana, that final resting pose. Notice, take notice while you're in Shavasana. Do your best to simply be. See how your body responds, see how your mind responds, and remember your mind. That person that you've created, take them outside of you. You are the witness to the mind. Remembering your stories are based on your experiences. Find the beauty, find the lesson in everyone, and also learn to let it go. Very slowly bring your palms to your forehead. May you have peace in your thoughts, lowering them to your lips, peace in your words, pressing them to your heart. May we learn to filter our thoughts and our words through our heart. The light in me honors, recognizes, and cherishes the light that exists in each and every one of you beautiful yogis. Namaste.